All right, I want to have a bit of a chat with the kids. Put my mask on because I'm getting too close to you. Now, do you know what a centurion is? No. No, okay. A centurion is a powerful soldier. Imagine a commander in an army, okay? So he's a person who's in charge of people. That's his job. And that's what the centurion is. So he's a soldier who's in charge of other soldiers. Now I want to talk about why this is important, okay? Now last time I dressed up in my fireman's suit. Did you guys see that?
No.
You didn't see it? Well, I thought I'd bring my fireman's suit with me again today. Here it is. So last time I talked about going on a journey and packing all the clothes that you need. And when I lived in Canberra, I was a volunteer fireman to protect a little group of houses. So this is how we had to dress up. Does anybody want to put some fireman clothes on? Yeah? Yeah, okay, well come on. You come and put some fireman clothes on. We'll leave the hats for the moment. Come on, have a look. There we go. So these are my trousers. Do you reckon you'll fit my trousers? No? They'd be a bit hard. Charlie, do you want to have a go, Harry, with the trousers? You're the closest to those. Give them a shot. They are very long, but they will go over your clothes. That's it. What about the jacket?
Can I try the jacket?
You'd try the jacket on, okay. There we go. How's that? How's that? Well, look, I've got a special pair of goggles you could wear. Look at those. You don't want to wear the goggles. What about a hat? Would you like a hat?
Yeah.
Here we go. There you are. So let's... Well, I've got my big shoes, which are too big. Would you like the gloves? Look at the gloves.
The gloves.
Have a go with the gloves. Go and see if you can pop your hands in there. You
don't
don't want to... They are a bit dirty, aren't they? So, well, I need you... Oh, can I swap? Lucy, let's try the jacket on you. There we go. All right. You want to try the goggles? Go for it. Now, I do need someone in the helmet, Charlie, so you can wear the helmet. All right. All right. So, good-o. How are we going? Now, we're going to have to fight a fire. How are we going to do that? Well, I'm going to show you how we're going to fight a fire. What else does a fireman need, aside from the clothes? They need a hose. So I've brought, this is not really a fireman's hose, just let me say. This, mums and dad will recognise this is just a garden hose. No, you need the hat on, Charlie. You need the hat on. It fell off. Right, so now the hose is no good on its own. What do we need to do with it?
We need to put it in one of those things and then it'll go.
Yeah, so now I don't have one of those. We're going to have to pretend. So what we have is a big standpipe, and it's usually about this big, and you kind of plug it into the ground, don't you?
Yeah.
And then you plug the end of the hose into that. So now imagine, let me see, you seem to know what you're doing. So if you take that end of the hose, and you maybe go over the back there, all right? And you guys are going to be you're going to be on this end, we're going to be pointing this at the fire. You reckon you can do that? Charlie? Oh, he's helped. Okay, well, Lucy, you and I are going to do this bit. All right, so we have our hose, and this is our end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you grab that. Now, we're going to imagine the fire's in the kitchen. The kitchen's a good place for a fire, isn't it? Yeah? So, now here's the thing. So we've got this really long hose. You're at that end with the water, and you can turn the tap on so the water comes out this end. We're at this end, Lucy, aren't we? We're going to point it at the fire. So you hold that and point it at the fire, right? Now, imagine this is really long and it's very noisy. How am I going to tell you that I want the water to go on or turn it off? Do you know? Well, I'm going to show you some fireman's tricks. So this is what we used to do. We'd have people at that end, okay, and so Harry, you might be the one that turns the tap. Charlie, your job is to look at me and watch what I do, because I'm going to tell you to turn the fire on, to turn the water on. And the way that we do this, Lucy, I'll show you, is we do this. We pump our hand up in the air like that. Do you see, Charlie? Do you see me doing this?
Yes.
So that means put the water on. So you then tell Harry, turn the water on.
Turn the water.
There you go. And you're holding the hose and you're pointing it at the fire in the kitchen. Now, so if there's not enough water, we want more water, I've got to keep doing that. So Charlie, you're looking for me and you're saying, turn the water on more. We want more water. Now, what happens when we want to finish it? Well, that means more water, you see, so we need another command. And what we did, this means turn the water off. Okay? And that means you turn the water off and we can come back and we gather the hose and we go back to where everybody and meet back at the standpipe, you see. So it was very important. What was the command to turn the water on? Was that. And the command to turn it off was that. And there's another one we use sometimes. If we wanted the water to be not quite so strong, we just do this. Not quite so strong. Now, one thing that I haven't shown you because I don't have it is we would all have these hats. So I had 2 of them. Okay, can I borrow this hat? Is that all right? Is it going to come off? So I would have this. This would be my hat. This is my newer one. You see, I'd wear this. Now, we'd all have a hat like this, except one person would have a different coloured hat. Okay? The one person who had a different coloured hat had a red hat. Now, why did he have a red hat? Do you know? Because he was in charge. Oh, yes, you can have it back. There you go. The man with the red hat was the man who was in charge. So we all had our jobs to do. Lucy was holding the pipe and pointing it at the fire.
I want it like this.
You want it clicked on, do you? Are you going to take this home with you, Is that the plan? There you go. There you are. And then, so Lucy's job is to hold the hose. Charlie's job is to watch me and doing my commands, and he tells Harry to turn the water on. But there's one person who's in charge of everything. And his job is to communicate with the rest of the fire brigade and say, oh no, we need to move because there's danger coming. And he had a red hat, so we knew whenever he said something, we all had to listen. And it was very important because he was in charge of making sure we were all safe. You see? So having that one person in charge of everybody was a very useful thing. We all had to have our own jobs to do, but we also had to listen to the person in charge. Now, we didn't call him a centurion, we just called him our leader. But that's what a centurion's job was. It was to look after everybody and make sure they were safe. So it's useful sometimes to have one person in charge. Like, who's in charge at your class at school? Who's in charge of your class? The teacher, that's right. Your teacher is in charge of your class, and their job is to look after you and make sure that you're kept safe and well. All right, can we put my clothes all back in the box now? Are you okay to give me my hat back? Is that all right? We'll have to unclip it so it comes off your head. There we go. Lovely, thank you. So, how did you feel about being a fireman? Was that good?
Yeah.
No?
See that? I have to take my shoes off.
You oh, yeah. That's fine.
I want to play
All right, so now you know what it's like to be a fireman. Maybe one day that's something you'll do. I think I'm going to hide this in the kitchen for the moment. Is that all right? And I'll wrap it up later on. Just don't trip over it if you go into the kitchen. Let's pop it out here.